Hey, what is going on? How are you guys? In the Christmas spirit, what is cracking? I got this stuff in the way. All right, so it's gonna be... I don't plan to stream for more than an hour. That's what I say all the time. But yesterday, while we were messing with some things, I was editing shorts in Final Cut Pro, and when I went to export, it was taking exceptionally long. I just purchased the Mac Studio, and so, you know, one of the things that they talk about with the Mac Studio is how quick it exports, how quick the files transfer, how quick it renders, all of that stuff. I will say that the rendering in Final Cut Pro, from what I've used so far, I mean, I haven't thrown a lot of heavy stuff at it, but that has worked really well. But I noticed it taking absolutely forever. And then as I started to really figure out, like, try to think about, well, what was it that was causing, like, would cause this to be an issue? I realized that I have a regular hard drive. So an HDD hard drive, a 5 terabyte hard drive, not an SSD drive. So we're going to talk about some of these things today. Your internal, especially depending on what computer you have, whether you have a newer computer that has a built-in SSD drive, that's going to naturally run more quickly than an external HDD. I'll do some screen shares. We'll look at, you know, a Best Buy website and just show the difference. And then you can take it up a notch and use a Thunderbolt hard drive, which those are more expensive, but it's because naturally they're more expensive because they're Thunderbolt. So they're going to write at much more quicker speeds, the equivalent to what if you have an M1 or an M2, a Mac Studio, Mac Ultra, equivalent to those speeds, it's really not going to slow down the process. So when I went to Best Buy this weekend, I actually did pick up a 2 terabyte. They had a deal of the day, and I picked up a 2 terabyte Thunderbolt SSD. This is from Pluggable, and it is Thunderbolt. So it has a little lightning port. So I picked up this bad boy. This is actually really sturdy. It's silver, the casing. Super solid, super heavy. And it came with a nice felt bag that I can throw it in here to protect the metal, which I thought was cool. This was $269. And normally, we can look at it, what it is, full price. But I was lucky enough to grab it for the deal of the day. And now what's really cool so this is my first ever Thunderbolt hard drive. I have the M1 iPad Pro when I upgraded a couple of months ago. And that was one of the things with adding the M1 chips to the iPad Pro. And a part of that upgrade was adding a Thunderbolt port in the M1 iPad Pro. And so, Obs, what is going on? I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? I hope that you are doing well. Brought a smile to my face. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh, about when Apple upgraded the iPad Pros to the M1 chip, they also put a Thunderbolt port on the M1 and now naturally the M2 iPad Pros. So with me having an M1 iPad Pro and having a Thunderbolt hard drive, I can really transfer over some files, you know, bigger files, and work at a much quicker speed. So we'll talk about some of those differences there. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open up a screen share so we can just look at some of the comparisons between what do I want to do here? Hold on. Okay, cool. We can look at some of the comparisons between what I mean when I say an HDD drive, a regular hard drive, versus an SSD, a solid state drive. and then taking it a step up from a SSD to a Thunderbolt hard drive. So let's go to B&H so I can show you guys the one that I got. And what I'm going to do is we'll do a good screen share. I know you can't see what I'm doing yet. I'm just getting the scene ready. All right, that's good. Let me see, let's tighten this up. You know, I do love, if you take advantage of it, you use Ecamm Live preview mode. Ecamm Live preview mode is amazing for really doing things on the fly. I don't want this. Yeah, we are geeking out today. You came to the right stream, Obs. You absolutely came to the right stream. All right, dude, just let me just finish. Yeah. To put this on. There you go. All right, cool. So let's publish. All right, cool. Yeah. All right. Yep. Perfect. Okay, so let's look at B&H. And they've been having lately this deal zone. And Kevin Cox told me about their deal zone with a tripod that he got. He ended up getting a super good deal with the deal zone. So I've been trying to keep an eye out on some of that stuff, because I picked up a few things with the deal zone. Today, really, nothing that I need. But let's see what I can show you. So this is what I picked up. What is this? This is a pluggable. This is what, oh, maybe because I spelled it wrong. There you go. Check this out. So this is what I bought. This, this bad boy over here. There you go. This pluggable, the 1 terabyte Thunderbolt is $349. I actually bought this one here, the 2 terabyte. $449. I got it for $269. So I saved almost $200. Yeah. Is that about right? You guys always laugh at me. Say I'm a banker. Yeah, $180. But absolutely, that was a great deal. When I saw it, I couldn't pass it up for SSD with the right speeds. So what we'll do is we'll actually open this up. I'm gonna open up a new tab. And this all ties into Final Cut Pro once we compare, because I have all of these hard drives currently connected to my computer. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the library from my internal storage to the external regular hard drive, and just do some tests with exporting. So there is a methodology why we're going over this one. I feel like this is the exact one that I have. I probably time to upgrade, because I just noticed that it's USB 3.0. And the upgraded is USB 3.1. Let's say I have this one, because I did get it from Best Buy a couple of years ago. Got it on sale. I mean, 5 terabytes. That's great for any sort of old video storage. Exactly. Oh, see, you get it. 100%. 100%. You're a banker. I was a coder. We have stuff that does math for us. 100%. Absolutely. I love that. All right. So let's say this is the one that I have. It's a version of this one. It's 5 terabytes. It's Western Digital. And very well may be this one here. I wonder if I go to my Best Buy and we can, let's see if I log into my Best Buy account and see the exact one that I have. If I look at my purchases, you guys can't judge me for my purchases. Okay. No judging allowed. Obs, you know what I did? I didn't realize that Ecamm still had it for 8:30. So I scheduled the stream for 8:30, and I really wanted to stream at 8 o'clock. And I was like, well, that's not right. When it said that I have like 38 minutes to the stream, you know? Yeah. I was like, yeah, no, Mr. Camera Junkie, hello, care. What is going on? My products. 504. Why, India? Why? I'm not even going to. Western. I should probably. Okay, what if we do 5 terabytes? I want to pull up the exact model number of the hard drive that I have. So we can. There you go. Easy Store 5 terabytes. It is the same one. Right? Western. Yeah. Western WD Elements Easy Store 2020. Looks like it could be. All right, but we will. Let's see. Does this give me the specs? Is Best Buy still selling this item? They are. It's the same price. It has to be the same one then. $105 at B&H, $105 at Best Buy. All right. Fine. Feel like there's some minor differences, but that's okay. So what we really want to look at are these specs. Does this tell us the speeds? Now, why would Best Buy tell us that? I'm sure B&H will tell us that. Overview. Oh, that's good. There's a hard drive there. Five. All right, hold on. Elements Drive connects with your computer. Connects to your computer with a USB 3.0 speeds up to 5 gigabits per second. Backwards compatible. USB 2.0 at 480 megabytes per second. That is slow, is basically what that means. 5 gigabits per second is what this hard drive gives me. If we look at this one here, this is the one that I just bought on Sunday. It's a Thunderbolt drive, 240 megabytes read and 1800 megabytes per second write. See, but what 1 gig? I gotta do the math. What did this say? What happened here? Okay, here. 480. What is... I'm trying to do the math because the way they have the math for here. Ooh, and I know it was 1,000. I know I could have figured that 1,000, but why? Okay, here. So 5 gigabits per second is 625 megabits per second. Okay. So that's what we're getting. 625 megabits per second on the HDD, the hard drive, the external hard drive, this one. And on the Thunderbolt, we are getting over 3 times more speeds. Kevin Cox, what is going on? There's no way. I agree, right, Kevin? That's what I thought. When it did the math and it said 5 gigs per second, I'm like, up or down. Let's go back to this. Thanks. Because I'm like, let's read this again. Let me make sure. The Elements drive connects to your computer with a 3.0 port at speeds of up to 5 gigabits per second. Allegedly. We're going to do another stream, not today, but we are going to do some tests anyway. But we are going to do another stream where I'm going to download, like, you know how they have the Black Magic, whatever, the tests, and see. But just for compare, right, exactly. The key word there is up to. You're 100%. Where is it? I keep losing it. You're right over here. 3.0 speeds up to 5 gigabits per second. 480 megabits per second, allegedly. However, we do know that and what I'm really looking at here is the write speeds, right? Because what I'm doing is exporting it from my computer, let's say from Final Cut Pro, exporting it to a hard drive. So then I can either plug it into my iPad, I can plug it into anything, and then just kind of upload it from there, right? And save it into one of my hard drives. So again, definitely they work just slowly, which is what we figured out yesterday. Okay, so now you can see, right? So this is the one drive that I have. I have a Thunderbolt. That's this bad boy here that I bought. Let me show you guys what I do have. Let me open up a Finder window. I'm just going to eject. Cool. And let me turn this on right quick. Oh my God, look at all these files. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. And what do we have? Let me bring this a little bit closer. Okay, previous scene, there you go. And where's the camera? Let's see. I gotta update my Stream Deck. Okay, cool. So this is one of the most popular SSDs. It's the Samsung T7. Best Buy had this on sale a few days ago. You guys know me. I love my sales. Best Buy had this one on sale. This is the Elements, the T7 Shield. So it's the Shield. So it has the little rubber thing. And I picked this one up for 150 bucks. It was on sale, 150 bucks off. The regular T7 was a little bit more. So I figured why not? Because I can throw this in my bag. And you guys know, with as much as I travel, it definitely would behoove me to get something a little bit, more that's going to be prone to fight the elements. So this is an SSD drive. So then these are going to be my main, this one, and they're both 2 terabyte. So these are going to be my main editing, keeping libraries and all of that good stuff on, oh, I bent my little thing there, on the hard drive. So this is the T7 Shield. I really wanted a color, but they didn't have any in stock, and I really just wanted to get the deal. This is the pluggable Thunderbolt drive that I picked up on the deal of the day. And like I said, you can hear this is all metal. This is like super solid and sturdy. It has the little rubber feet, so if you put it on the desk, it won't push. The one thing I don't like is that the cable is connected. So that kind of sucks. I guess I should probably put in a review, because what it is that now I can't take a longer Thunderbolt cable. So I'm limited, right? And so if I want to connect this to my Mac Studio, the Thunderbolt ports on the Mac Studio are on the back. And I mounted my Mac Studio under the desk. I picked up a mount from Amazon, and it's mounted so I'm saving space, nice and secure. And I have the front facing me, but then what that means is that this becomes a little bit of a pain in the ass to connect this to the back, but whatever. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some tests comparing the export speeds. That's what the purpose of today's is, and that's why I went into that whole hard drive stuff, because we're gonna show what I have here, right? So this hard drive, which is all the way in my back setup, so I'm not gonna bring it up, but this regular hard drive, which is much slower, that I have connected. So we're going to show the export speeds to a regular hard drive. Then we're going to compare it to an SSD drive, which is faster, but this is still USB-C. This is not Thunderbolt. This is a regular USB-C Thunderbolt. And this T7 has been known for really good speeds. Then we're going to test the export speeds to an actual Thunderbolt hard drive. And then that is going to be what the stream is, because this is what we were talking about yesterday. So is that this one? Yes. And let's come back over here. And what we're going to do is let's just move this up and match this. Cool. just get it to match the screen. All right. Kevin, squirrel. Hold on, Kevin. There you go. Oh, I should put the comment above. That would be kind of funny to put the comment above and then put squirreled. That would have been good. Do you use your Stream Deck or Loop Deck to control my NAND light? I haven't reset it up because there was an app that I had tried. You have to use, Keyboard Maestro to get it to work because there's not a desktop app. So the long story is I was using the Stream Deck because I tied it in with the Keyboard Maestro. But I have not, bring this back down, there you go. But I was using like the trial version of the Keyboard Maestro. It worked pretty good, but then it's kind of like a hack. So I ended up just putting it back on my phone and using it on my phone and having all the 3 lights on there. And it's been working pretty good. I mean, it would be good for obviously, a button to turn off and on and to do with multi-action, but I gotta re-download the app. Those SSDs will work for editing. Just make sure you detach the cable before you put it in your bag. Ask me how I know. Oh, is it how like I just showed you how this one looked like it started to bend? How do you know, Kevin? Tell me. You need a dock on the desk. Yeah, I mean, so I have all my stuff mounted. See, Kevin, this is what happens. We legit get squirreled. For real, for real. This is what happens. Let me come back. Squirrel. So check this out. And then we're going to get back into Final Cut because those are going to be quick. So let me turn on NDI and I'll show you because I have a dock also mounted right under the desk, literally right below my where my hand is, and they're right next to each other. So I have access to the ports right here, and then I do have an extra, like a few extra cables that I can just pull out if I wanted to. I want to say OWC has an amazing Thunderbolt SSD enclosure you can add. Yes, they do. And I've been looking, you're 100% right. You broke the cable clean off the SSD. Gosh. The silver end. Yeah, that's what looked like was happening with this one. Now I gotta look and see, and probably we'll see how that ends up working out. But yes, OWC does have, and I was gonna build out my own, get one of the small ones. What's happening with my hair here? I was gonna get one of the small ones and make my own portable SSD. But for the price, for what I just picked this one up at, $269 deal of the day. Before you came in, I was thanking you for telling me about the deal zone. I picked this up for $269 and it's normally $450. Man, listen. High-speed cables. Lewis says, tip, bonus tip. I need a sound effects for like bonus tip and put that in. Use high-speed cables if you're editing directly from an SSD. It was right in. Oh my God, that sucks. That sucks. All right, let me show you guys. Sammy Superstar, what is cracking? How are you, Sammy? Sammy! Yeah! Listen, so Filmic Pro, do I have the Shoot app? I know that I have the Shoot app and I paid for the Shoot app. Filmic Pro just went from, and I bought the app, now they're doing a subscription basis. And the people, we're not even gonna, how do I flip this camera? Okay. See my tasty cakes? Hold on. I know I gotta switch it. Here. Okay. My mini cakes and a bone for Tyler. So check this out. This is how I have the Mac Studio. This was on Amazon, and it's nice and secure. So you see that there's a lip here, a lip here, and then there's a lip in the back so that you don't push it out. And this is metal, but it has like the rubber padding on the sides, which I absolutely love. So this is where I normally sit right here. So you can see I have easy access to the two front USB ports there, the SSD drive there, and then I have my CalDigit TS3 mounted right here. And I have to redo all my cable management, so you guys are not gonna judge me. But I also have one free port right there. And that free port, hold on. There you go. So you can see how that's mounted. And then the port that's free there, that's a Thunderbolt port if I needed the Thunderbolt port. And then like along the desk, I have a few cables that are free that I can use. So I have access to these if I needed two USB-C. That one that's there is a Thunderbolt port right over there. And then the right back here. Let me see. There you go. You can see I have two ports. Those two ports that are free on the back of the, what is this called? Mac Studio. Those are the two additional Thunderbolt ports. So I have two Thunderbolt ports that are completely free on the Mac Studio. I have a Thunderbolt port on my TS3 that's free. And then I have two USB-Cs that I can get to fairly quickly and easily if I needed to. No, my cable management was done. It's just that adding and installing and stuff. Listen, I'm actually really organized and neat. But, you know, as I removed the Mac Mini, I moved around a bunch of stuff. It's been, you know, when you add stuff, I took out my Elgato key light. I put Nanlite Forza 60B. So then that cable I had to redo. I moved the microphone, used to actually sit on this side of the desk. I moved the microphone because I got the new Rode PSA 1. So then I had to redo all of that. So at that point, everything started coming loose and, you know, whatever. Anyway. What about the Samsung SSD? What about, what do you mean, OBS? What's the question? Let me know what the question actually is. Let's see. I always attach my SSD with a Thunderbolt 3 cable from Apple and use it with Samsung and SanDisk SSDs when I'm on the go. At home, I usually edit straight from the drive on the computer. Sammy, I also want to get a NAS. I was hoping that I would have seen some on sale this year, and I didn't see any on sale for Black Friday. So I'm still going to get a NAS, actually. Oh yeah, I am using it. So this is going to be on the go. So I'm just going to be using both of these depending on what it is. The T7, yeah. So I'm using both of them, but now that I ended up picking up, I did consider returning the T7, but it's, you know, whatever. One of those things. Let's see. I know you busted my chops. I know. That's all right. Let's see. Let me move some of this stuff around. Sammy, was this a question or a statement? It is pretty fast. It is fast. So we're going to get straight into the test now that I showed you everything and the connection points and stuff like that. How did you get a great NAS for under two? Sammy, stop squirreling me. Let's talk about that. I was looking at the Synology, the 2-bay one. I'm still going to get it. But like I said, what I was looking at, between the actual NAS enclosure and then buying the hard drives, it's going to be like $500 or $600. And I wasn't, or probably more. I wasn't, because for me, what I also want to do is that if I do the NAS, I want to get SSD drives to put in. I don't want to get hard drives, right? Because you spend $2,500. Here's the thing. You spend $2,500 on the Mac Studio, which is extremely fast. It, you know, has a built-in SSD. It has all those Thunderbolt ports and stuff like that. And if I'm going to connect it, I don't want to then slow my stuff down. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, if I'm going to do it, and so then going from a regular, an HDD, a regular hard drive to an SSD is going to be even more. And I was pricing that out and I was like, yeah, I got my little 2 terabyte. That's good for now. So the Mac Studio has 2 terabyte. That's what I opted for. I don't think I really talked to you guys too much about it. Dr. Elo, what is going on? I don't think I talked to you guys about it. I ended up picking up the Mac Studio, Dr. Elo, like 2 weeks ago. Dr. Elo and I did a good business trade. I gave him the family discount. I was going to offer it to the community. Dr. Elo and I happened to be talking. Actually, I think I texted him about the iPad mini because I know when we were at People of Video, he was considering buying my iPad mini. And so then I asked him if he was still interested and he was like, no. And so we started talking that I was going to sell my Mac mini and he was like, listen, I'm in the market. So I sold my Mac mini to Dr. Elo and he got a great deal. He got the super, super duper family discount. And then I ended up buying, yes, that's where he got the Mac Mini. I ended up buying an Apple refurbished. So I was looking around. You guys know that I am the queen of Best Buy open box. Here's the thing. I would have even bought it brand new from Best Buy, but Best Buy only sells 2 configurations of the Mac. And it's the Max, the Studio Max, or the Ultra. And the Mac, the Max, so the Studio Max is not the 1 terabyte version. So if you want the 1 terabyte version, when you go to click on that in Best Buy, it automatically jumps up to the Ultra, which is over $3,500. So unfortunately, even with the Total Tech, because I would have saved money with the Apple Care by having, Total Tech, unfortunately, that was not a good deal. So then I did look on Swappa. Swappa had some really good deals and I was going to buy one from Swappa. But then I also started looking at Apple Refurbished and then the Apple Education Store. Apple Refurbished ended up having a few different combinations, a handful of different combinations. And I was torn between one that was $2,800 that had 4 terabytes. I ended up picking up the one where it's the Max, the Studio Max. It had an upgraded GPU. So the Max default, the base Max comes with 24 core GPU. Whoever had returned this one upgraded the GPU to 32 gigs GPU. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but it had it. It was upgraded to that. The default 32 gigs of RAM, unified memory they call it. And then they upgraded the hard drive to 2 terabyte hard drive. And that's what really sold me, the 2 terabyte hard drive, because I said, 2 terabytes internally and throwing in, an SSD, an external SSD, or even a really good fast external, Thunderbolt drive or something like that, I should be good to go. Eventually getting the NAS, 2 terabytes should be good, because then eventually getting the NAS and just going into a systematic flow where it moves old eCam video logs and, old pictures and things into the NAS. I figured I should be good. I should be future proof. With the Mac Studio for at least, I'm thinking 4 years, in all honesty. Let's hope. You wouldn't need the SSDs in the NAS to edit from. You can edit from those SSDs or from your internal drive. Use the SSDs to back up and store everything else after is being done. Yeah, so you're right about that. Once I literally just went through that thought process, right? So, yeah. Hi, Gretchen. How are you? So, but still, it still was money at the time that I guess I was hoping, in my mind, I'm like, no. And I remember you got yours, Kevin, last year on Black Friday. And I'm like, why aren't there any sales? And there weren't any real sales. So, excuse me. My cost of the NAS with the hard drives is like $300 or under. The NAS kind of has to be HDD because there are no 16 gig SSD that you can use with a NAS. 16 gig is the largest at the moment, or no, you put money sign. 5 gig? 4 gig SSD. I'm going to assume, Lewis, 4 gig SSD is the largest. At the moment, that's not a good size for a NAS. All right, guys. So it is on, I do want to get it. It is on my list. I do want to make sure that if I get, I get something that I don't have to go back and a year later upgrade the hard drive, or, I want to get something, spend the money now, even if it's a little bit more money, and get like a 16 gig or get the two, not 16 gig. You mean 16 terabytes? Get something that's like 8 terabyte or something like that, where it's like, I know I'm going to be good with this NAS for like forever. And then I have so many. Man, listen, look at this. This is a hard drive, an external hard drive. Let's switch the camera again, that I built probably 10 or 15 years ago. I made this one. So this is a hard drive enclosure. Look at this, 6 gigs per second. And so this is an SSD in here, but this is still super slow. When we do the test, maybe I'll do that next week. And we'll do the test of, I got to open this up and see what kind of SSD drive is in here. But I remember going to Micro Center, buying the enclosure, getting the SSD, putting it all together. I was very proud of myself. This is when it was easier to tinker and like upgrade your RAM and all of that stuff in your computer. And I built this one out. I did use this one for pictures. And it was good going through this. I had pictures of my dad from there were pictures of my dad when my niece was born, right before he ended up getting really sick, when he was still in good health. So now that's another project that I have to do, of going through all of the, collecting all the hard drives, organizing them, throwing out whatever, deleting whatever pictures need to be. 16 terabyte. Okay, I got you. Deleting whatever old pictures need to be deleted, and then organizing, right? So I did start to create, after my dad passed away, I did start to create a folder of pictures just for him. But then I still have hard drives all over the place. So I have to continue to go through those hard drives and then, migrate them to one file just for my dad. Exactly. Consolidating. You got it, Lewis. You should check the new Synology 923 because they came out with the new hardware, so it would get updates longer. A bunch of LGL people got 920. The only difference is the year was released. All right, cool. I'll check that out. All right, so let's do what we came to do today. I'm thinking. All right, so we're going to do this one at a time. 8 terabyte. I have an 8 terabyte NAS. Still find myself using Google Drive. Yeah, I think, but for the pictures and things like that, I've always been a picture person. So there's another hard drive that I have to go through. I don't even know, it's upstairs somewhere. I wonder if just to see the years. Cause I got pictures. All right, so let's come and let's do what we're gonna do. Here is the screen share. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is I did a test because I wanted to make sure. Kevin and I last night came up to the conclusion that the reason why the export was taking so long was because I was editing off of the hard drive, the Western Digital regular old school hard drive. So we both said, guarantee if you move the library off of that hard drive and either put it on one of my externals or put it, now that I have the space, put it back on my studio, we both said we'll bet money that that's what the problem was. So I did do a test and I tested everything out, and that is in fact what the problem was. But now what I want to do is I want to show you guys the comparisons, and we'll maybe I'll do a timer. I'll do a screen share and do a timer and get that stuff all checked out. Let me see. Let me get the phone on. Yes, I want to trust this computer. Let's see. Can you guys believe that it's going to be Christmas in 2 weeks? I know I can't. You guys get your Christmas shopping done? I got some Christmas. Actually, you know what? I got a good amount of Christmas shopping done. Bought my mom's gift. I'm actually really excited for my mom's gift. I can't tell you guys because, sometimes she, hold on. Let me see what's happening. I'm just trying to get my iPhone ready to bring it on screen. Where are my little cameras? All sources. Let's close this. I'm not seeing my cameras. Is my camera including switcher? No, my iPhone isn't showing up. I just trusted the computer. Now it showed up. There you go. Click. Okay. All right. Let's go back there. Stopwatch. Okay. When that's ready. Not right now, but... Christmas coming up too fast. Yeah, I know. I know. All right. Let me see. Camera? What's happening here? Oh. Oh, because my scene is locked. See what happens when you try to... I either mess up my stuff or I don't. All right. Okay. Now we're back in business. Okay, so we're going to quit Final Cut Pro. We're going to open up a Finder window. I'm going to go to my movies, and this is here what I'm moving around. This is the library that I was working out of. It's currently, I did have it. It's currently on my computer. So what we're going to do is we're going to move it over to back to the hard drive. So we're going to put it back to the state that it was in yesterday. So it's going to probably take a minute. So it's, oh my goodness, it says 8 hours. Five minutes, 4 minutes. I knew I should have done that ahead of time. I got to go through all of this stuff. 3 minutes. 2 minutes. All right, it's moving. These are all my EKM live recordings. Like probably from when I first started streaming. Not really, but. Oh, I should have did a timer for that. Oh, damn it. You guys didn't remind me. Coño. Well, that's the wrong one. Where's my coño? Oh, there it is. All right, all right, all right. So what we're going to do is as soon as this is done, I'm going to open up Final Cut Pro off of the Western Digital. So off of this one. Right, this is where I am moving the Final Cut library to. Oh no. Okay, so there's our little noise that it does. Let's open up Final Cut Pro. Perfect. Actually, I needed to go back to there. I gotta look for that. Oh, where is my content creation? Ah, shit. Which is the one? All right, so we'll click on this one. Apparently I have two. Yes, this is the one from yesterday. No. Yes, December 14th, December 13th, 13th. Double click. Okay. Yep, this is what we did yesterday. Okay, cool. Perfect. On that big TV. That sea of folders is intimidating my... You know what? You guys better leave me alone. Tell Bob. No judging. This is supposed to be a judgment-free zone, guys. The other thing I do is create new libraries regularly, almost for each new project. I had too many get corrupt on me. So, yeah. Yeah, so like this one, what I'm going to be doing is just for my Vlogmas. And then I'll probably do another one similarly what you're saying. So this one that we're working out of is just for Vlogmas. Okay, cool. So now, Let's see. Where is... hold on. Where's the iPhone? Is the iPhone showing? Yes. So we can move. All right, we're gonna put this right over here. We're gonna open up the export folder. So this over here is what shows us. And this, oh good, we can make it bigger or just wider. Okay, so this is what we did yesterday. Shift Command 8. What's Shift Command 8? First thing that Tom teaches. What's the Shift Command 8, Aubrey? Is that for the audio lanes? Let me do it. Shift Command 8. Yeah, I don't know. I had them on, Obs. I did. I had them on yesterday. If you would have noticed yesterday's, I did have them. I even talked about it yesterday on, well, now I have to move my stuff. You can't see it, but I did have it on. I just noticed that they're not on. You right, Ob, you right. That is the first thing. And it's the first thing I turned on. I don't know why it didn't show up here. Okay. All right. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to export this. This is being written. So now this is where the tests come in. This is what you guys are here for. This is what you guys really came here for. Okay, so we're just going to go in and we're going to export this. Am I losing a folder? What's happening? I think I have too many folders open. Hold on. Let me close some windows. Why? Okay, there it is. Okay, it wasn't showing up. I'm like, what's happening? Why is it not showing up? My head is in the way, but I'm in the export on the upper right-hand side. Here's the settings. Okay, cool. So I'm not going to change anything. This is what we did yesterday. And for now, where do I want to export it to? I'll just export this to, I think this is what we did yesterday. Let's export it directly to, yeah, I created a folder. This is what we did yesterday. I'm going to export it directly to the Ultras, the Mac Studios regular hard drive. I created a folder here, called it Testing Speed. And, all right, so as soon as I hit save, oh wait, yes, I want to replace it because that's the same thing. Is it, wait, what happened? Hold on. And where's my, hold on. What's happening here? I had this all planned out. Yes. Yes. All right, so I'm just going to change the name. Save. Oh, start. Oh, okay, so now it's starting. I hit start. I was like under pressure. And you can see, so it's moving extremely slow. Okay, cool. Now the tests begin. So we're at, this is what I wanted to show you guys. 20 seconds and it's at 16%. And this is writing from the, so the library is on the Western Digital, the regular, the HDD hard drive. We just hit 30 seconds and it's not even half of the way. Yeah, this is what it was doing. And I was like, what? I didn't just spend so much money on a hard drive. Over a minute. And so what we were talking about yesterday, what I said on the stream was, you know, if you look at all these YouTube videos, right? and they're doing, oh, these computers are blazing fast, and look at how fast it wrote the file, and they're transferring like files, like 100 gig long files. I should do or I have this one, Gretchen. I can hold on. Damn it. Where is it? Here. Is it this one? That's what I should have turned on. And just had it going. Okay, so we are at almost 2 minutes, 90%. Okay, we're about to break. It's 95%. Okay, so at 1 minute and 55 seconds. All right, 1 minute and 55 seconds, it finished. That is, right, not what I paid for by upgrading to the Mac Studio. 1 minute. I'll screenshot this. 1 minute, or someone put here. I'll put it here. We'll do 1:55, and I'll put that in there for me. All right, so we'll do the countdown, the tick 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 tick. The ticking is giving you anxiety. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug in the. I don't think it makes a difference, so I don't even want to go through that. So what we're gonna do is now we're going to. Gonna go back to my library. I'm gonna right click on it. I'm going to reveal in Finder. It's this one here. I'm gonna go back to Final Cut, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna plug in the SSD drive, right? Okay, so let us close Final Cut, and I'm gonna move this back now. And this is what it's, Lewis, it's not, were you on the stream yesterday? It's not the export settings. It's the fact that I was editing from a hard drive. The export settings is I went in and I followed Doc's video. It's not, it's because of what, that's why we're doing these tests. Okay, so now, let's, I don't need this. I'm just gonna delete this here. We're gonna reset this timer. Yeah, I did change it to H.264. I followed Doc's short that he made, followed all his stuff, did it again. It still took really long. And that's when we came to the realization that it's because the library itself is on a regular HDD drive, which is my mistake. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this back to my, we're going to put this here. I'm going to move it back to my movies file on directly on the Mac Studio. So I'm going to press let go and press start. Oh, wait, stop. Wait, stop. Ah, reset. Okay, so I'm going to replace it because that's the same one, but just to show. So let's replace. Okay. 7 gig file. It's going to replace it. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. That's what it is, right? The spinning hard drive. Yeah, it's 4K footage. So now we're moving it back. It's taking long. So here's the thing. It's also taking long because now the library is being moved from the spinning hard drive. So we're still going at the right speeds of the spinning hard drive back to my Mac Studio. And then we're going to show the difference. And so the other thing that we were talking about yesterday is that, yes, Dr. Elo, it's a 4K footage file. Hold on. So we're at a minute. This is 7.65 gigs, this library. We broke a minute. And then that export that took 2 minutes was a 40-second short, I think it was, or a 30-second short. So there's no reason why a 30-second short should have taken that long. All right, so I stopped it a little bit early. 1 minute and 16 seconds. 1:16. Moving from HDD to Mac Studio SSD. Okay, cool. All right, so now we'll open this up. This is now, we'll be working out of Final Cut Pro. So the first test that we're then gonna do is I'm going to connect the T7, right? So the T7, a regular SSD drive. All right, so I'm gonna take you guys' advice. So this is a Mac Thunderbolt cable. And I'm gonna just get rid of this cable. And let's see. So use, like Lewis said, a high-speed cable. So this is a Mac Thunderbolt cable. Thank you, Lewis and Kevin. I'm just plugging it to the front USB port, the USB-C of the Mac Studio. Okay, cool. We're up and running. So let's reset this timer. And we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to open this up and I'm going to... I'll show you the settings, Lewis. Here, you should also test one HEVC 10-bit as your export. N1s are made for them. Okay, so we'll do that last. Lewis, just remind me. Here's the settings, right? So format, computer, H.264. This is 4K. And so everything is default, right? 213 megs file. Next, let's put this on. Shut up, Dr. Elo, Luis. Gosh. All right, so let's do a new folder so I can keep track of this stuff. Testing speeds. Let's create that. We're going to put it in the testing speeds. So we're going to save, and start. And now, okay. Oh, wait, my ticker. Coño. So it's definitely, oh, let me do my, it's moving a little bit quicker. So we are at 23 seconds and it's 19%. También debe probar HEVC de 10 bits como su exportación. Los M1 están hechos para ellos. Did you copy and paste that? All right, so what's happening with the speeds here? And this is going to the T7. We're at 42% with 51 seconds. It's definitely faster. %, 1 minute and 8 seconds. 60%, 1 minute. Oh, wait, I gotta keep it here. I was gonna go to the comments. What did I say? 1 minute and 50 something. It's in the comments. $73, 75%. It still seems, I agree. 1 minute and 30. I wholeheartedly agree. This is still, this wasn't doing it earlier. It's like the same time. 1 minute. Thank you, Gretchen. It's the same exact time. $1 minute and 58 seconds. FYI, format, Apple devices, video codec, HEVC 10-bit. What are you saying, Lewis? You're saying FYI? But you're saying that I should do that, I should change the export settings now is what you're saying? Lewis? Gosh, you guys. Let's go back here. Settings. So format. Cuts like butter. No, butter was in the fridge. Oh my God, that was good. So you're saying, Lewis, I should change that now. So change it to Apple devices. Okay. And then the video codec, HEVC 10-bit. That was funny. I choked. Interesting. So check this out. It's even less now, the space. The other one was 230 megabytes. This is 64. Why does it do that? Luis. Action. TV. Default. Oh, open with TV. Save only. Okay, we can do open with TV. You are welcome. All right. All right. So let's restart. Okay. Next. Okay, so we're going to do these settings. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is we're going to do HEVC to T7, right? Because we're writing this to the T7. Okay. And hold on, let me get the mouse in place. And go. Okay. Oh, wait, I didn't open the thing. Okay, sharing. Let's open this up. I still feel like 20%, 18 seconds. Okay, that's definitely because M1s are made for that. That's definitely faster. I feel like 30%, 28 seconds. Yeah. Okay, okay. All right. 40%. Yeah, definitely. 35 seconds. This will be good to go back and repurpose this part right here. Okay. 50 seconds, over 50%, 70% where it's under a minute. So at a minute, we are at 80%. Cruising much faster. All right. Hold on. 90%, a minute and 8 seconds, 93%, 94%. Hey, it's gonna stop. Oh, wait, a minute and 14 seconds. Well, I didn't need library. All right, so I don't need that. A minute and 14 seconds. All right, so let's write that down. 1 minute. I didn't write down the other one because it was pretty much the same. 1 minute, 14 seconds with the HEVC. Is that what it was, Lewis? HEVC? Yes, HEVC 10-bit. Prior test was 1 minute, 58 seconds, I feel like. Okay. All right, so that was definitely a cut, right? It cut a bunch of time. And that was with the SSD. Thank you, guys. The other one was one. You guys are the best. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in, change Apple TV to save, and it won't open. Yeah. I'll do that next. Okay. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to plug in the pluggable. What is this called? This is a pluggable Thunderbolt SSD to the SSD port in the back. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I move stuff around, so I shouldn't have to be like go all the way on the bottom on my desk. But PC owners be like, I'll take 2 minutes. That's a blessing for us. It'll take, right? All right. Pluggable. Ay. Okay, the SSD, the Thunderbolt did show up. Okay, so we're gonna do the same exact thing. Let's reset this. And we're gonna come back up here. Hey. And we're gonna export the settings. Make sure I gotta change this. Okay, so it is there. Okay, that's there. And then here, we can do save only. Okay. And so, oh wait, next. It'll be even faster if you save file to your local. So we're going to try that next. Yeah, we're going to try that next. I get a Mac Mini for 2 weeks and this is how I behave. Right, Dr. Elo? Okay, so we're going to save it to locally last. So now we're selecting the Thunderbolt 3. I'm going to do the same thing. New folder. Testing speeds. Here. Okay. All right. Let me go there. And go. Okay. Let's open this up. And let's see. What do we have? Significantly faster. Like that, you can see it's significantly faster. It's writing 1% per minute, it looks like. Yeah, you can use that on the Mini because it's the M1, Dr. Elo, so. What do we got? Is it significantly faster? I don't know now. Oh, I feel like it slowed down. 50%, 37 seconds. You need to change your name to Mr. Final Cut Pro Junkie, Mr. Camera Junkie. What happens if you use a Thunderbolt port with the last SSD? I was thinking about that too. I'll do that. We can do that test. Listen, I'm here for the tests. Let's do all the tests. Okay. Interesting. 80%, 58 seconds. So it only cut like 2 seconds off. Okay, 100%. Wait, stop. 1 minute, cut 2 seconds with the Thunderbolt. 1 minute, 12 seconds. Export to Thunderbolt SSD. Okay. And so now we're going to do what Lewis said. We're going to do it just, excuse me. We're going to put this in the movies file. Okay. Let's just rename this. So that I know it's a new file. She's getting testy. It's 4K footage. You're streaming using a bunch of resources at the same time. This Mac is a beast. I mean, I guess you're right with that too. All right, so then let's go back. So now this is gonna write to the internal SSD. Let me reset this. Okay. And go. Shit, hold on. Oh, wait, stop. Reset. Hold on, I didn't hit it. Okay, all right, now 1, 2, 3. Oh God. I messed that one up. Okay, let's come over here. Okay. %, 15 seconds. That's definitely faster because before it was my comparison was writing 1 second for 1%. So we are at 35 with 27 seconds. About to break 50%. 50% at 36 seconds. Definitely much faster that way. Okay, 70% at 49 seconds. 80%, 50 seconds. Oh, I stopped it. What was it? It was like 1 minute and 10 seconds, I think. 1 minute and 10 seconds. I did a lap. Just about. I stopped it. But it was about 1 minute. It's got to justify those 2K. I know, right? Listen. I mean, it's significantly faster. And the one thing I've noticed is that there's been like the issue with dropping frames. This is like a drag race for hard drives. Exactly that. Okay, so then let's do the one last test was moving the T7. Let's see. I'm going to get rid of the T7 and put it in the back. All right, get rid of that. So I'm going to move the T7 and put it in the back port. Okay, that one I think I gotta get under the desk. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Shorts should be shorter. Okay, live streaming with the shorts, it doesn't show up as much when it's a long video. Then it makes, okay. Oh, I said live streaming with shorts. You were talking to Dr. Elo. It doesn't show up. Got you. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, the Thunderbolt 7 is plugged in, but now it's plugged into a Thunderbolt port in the back. Okay. So let's come back. Settings. Yep, that's all the same. Okay. Let's go next. Let's come back to the T7 here. Let's do testing speed. And HEVC, T7. All of this stuff is going to get deleted because these are all duplicates, but it's a Thunderbolt. Oh, wait, I didn't hit start. Ah! Sheesh Louish. I think when we did the T7, it was like 1 minute and what, 12 seconds? 1 minute and 14 seconds when we did the T7. Get testing. Get testing, testing. Again, reading and writing from internal drive makes the most difference. Yeah. So we are going to move the files because also exports, that's different than just copying, right? And, you know, from one file to another. So we are at 50% under. I feel like it's definitely faster. 50% under 40 seconds. %, 49 seconds. Getting testy in 1, 2, 3, go. 80% in 57 seconds. It definitely cut time because we're at 1 minute and 5 seconds, 95%. So 1 minute and 9 seconds. Oh, that made a difference because I think it was 1 minute and 14 seconds from the port up front. So absolutely taking the same T7. I can't show you, but it's right over here. Taking the same T7 and instead of using the front USB-C port, we connected it to the back Thunderbolt port. Okay, so those are your export speeds. Like Lewis and Kevin said, it makes the most sense, one, to keep my library, especially now that I have the space. I didn't have the space before, that's the thing. I had 256 gigs of hard drive space on the Mac Mini. So it didn't, I needed to, like I would only be able to edit one project at a time and then, you know, move it over if I did that. So now that I have the 2 terabytes, I can keep the library when I'm actively working on it. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, compared to what we had the 2019, I remember those like that. I remember, Lewis, when I don't know if we were doing a live stream or we were doing a vlog, we were talking about back in 2020, right? So we all had the old i9s and stuff like that, the MacBooks or the Macs or whatever. I remember you saying that when you had video files, there was one live stream we were talking, you said that you would leave the file, go get food, eat, and come back and let it export. Like if we talk about what people used to do. And I remember, because I was getting advice from you guys, I remember my 4K files, I used to have to leave my MacBook Pro open overnight. So edit the file and put it to export overnight, because it would take like an hour, 2 hours, to do. And so absolutely, when I upgraded to the M1 Mini, didn't have those issues. I mean, at most it'd be maybe like 30 minutes, 20 minutes to export, where it's like, okay, let me go grab a drink, let me watch a little bit of TV, and then by the time it's done, or I can just go ahead and start reading something online, and by the time I'm done reading an article, right? Some files I would go to sleep. Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. I remember there were 1 or 2 videos that I did that it was like, oh, I need to leave this overnight because this was right. So when we think about whether it's the M1, whether it's like the Studio, anything like that, the M2s that are now coming out, listen, we need to be grateful for what we have. Okay, so we did those. Those were some fun tests. Let me see. So let me come over here. I'm just looking. Okay, there's that. You guys don't need to see. Well, we are still doing the tests. Okay, cool. Okay, so I still have the T7 plugged in. I got the Thunderbolt SSD plugged in. Those are connected to the back. So let me see. Here's an Ecamm Live recording file. If we look, I have a handful of different things. So I have a Stream Deck video. I got a bunch of different shorts. I have some Switchboard recordings that I was doing some tests for Switchboard Live. So if we go back and we look at this file, I think it was like 47 gigs. This file, this Ecamm Live, 62 gigs now, right over here. So this one file is 62 gigs. So what I'm going to do is let's time how quickly, if I were to just take this and let's do the same test. Let's move this file from, or copy it. 1983, I would start loading a program off a cassette tape at 8 a.m., hoping it would be loaded in time for the kids to use after recess at 10:30. Commodore PET computer. Yeah, exactly. So we're doing these tests and it's like, listen, be grateful that it was literally a minute, right? Like, and even if we were to do a longer file, it'll be what, 6 minutes? If I were to do a long form video. Okay, so this was, what did we say? I'll look at it again. I think it said 64 gigs, 62.4 gigs, this file, right? So I'm going to move it first to the let's move it to the T7. So I'm going to let go and it started. Okay. So you can see over here. Oh, wait, let's do it. Okay. So if we look, this is where you really see. That's why I said, so it's blazing. You want to talk about blazing. 62 gigs. It's already copied 18 gigs and it tells me less than a minute left. So if we see that at that point, right, exporting a file from Final Cut is definitely much faster than this here. So we're at 33 seconds and it's already moved 30 gigs. So let me see. Let's see. In the unknown drive is where India Delgado keeps the good stuff. What are you talking about? What unknown? 50 gigs, 59 seconds. All right. And this is to the T7. Oh, it's about to finish. Did I stop it? Oh, damn it. I stopped it. You guys are going to be so mad at me. I don't even know. It was, what did we say? You guys need to stop. Leave me alone. Curious minds want to see. Where was that unknown? Oh, where are you talking about? Is it Untitled? Is that what you're looking at over here? The Untitled? Let me know. So let's go back. I think this is the one that I just did. Let me see. Yeah, this is the one that I just did. And what did I say? It was like a minute. It was under a minute and 27 seconds to the T7 file, T7 hard drive. I'm going to delete this because I don't need this in here. So let's move this to trash. Let's go back. Let's say a minute and 20 seconds, 62 gigs. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to drag it over to the Thunderbolt 3. Thunderbolt 3 and hit. I'll put it here. Go. Okay. Okay, this is the Thunderbolt drive. Look. What the heck? 15. Look at how fast this is going. So this is where you really see. So 30, hold on. 30 gigs with 20 seconds. All right, let's do 40 gigs. 40 gigs at 30 seconds. This is gonna finish in under a minute. 64 gigs. So we're at 50 gigs, 39 seconds. Okay, it's about to finish. Okay. 60, all right. And okay, 51 seconds. I did that one right. 51 under, no, Dr. Elo, it's my Sony, my camera drive, you jerk. Private. What do we got here? What's in the private file? Oh, it was me and Angie and Koa. And we were out, is what it was. Gosh. And I'm like, what do I have in this file? And pictures of me and Angie when we went out this weekend, our date night. And silly Koa. Okay, you want to see pink dog lips? And my messy house. That's what that is. And just pictures, nice pictures of Angie and I. Drunken, shaken hand pictures. That's what that was. This was after 3 carafes of mimosas and 1 drink in whatever restaurant we were at. That's what the pictures are, Dr. Elo. Leave it to Dr. Elo to get me. All right. Pick that jaw up off the floor. Did you see? I was like, OMG. We can start rumors. Y'all better. So I'm glad I didn't even see these comments. You guys are bad. I didn't even see those comments. I'm glad I went into it. You guys better leave me alone. Listen. So you saw, we can come back over here. You saw, I'm glad that Bob is laughing at me. Gosh, Bob, tell your wife to leave me alone. No, I love Gretchen. That was super fast. So to the Thunderbolt drive, did you see that speed from one to the other? And if we were to, just for good measure, if we were to go the other way around, emotional damage, emotional damage, emotional damage, emotional damage. Leave me alone. If we were to go back, where is this folder? Here. What happens in a folder? He says that's hopeless. Oh, what's happening here? Hello? Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. Okay, there's my folder. I'm like, where's my folder? Okay. Listen, if you guys, all I have are either selfies, pictures of Angie, pictures of me and the dog. This is what Koa does. This is my life, okay? This is, you guys want to see pictures? This is how Koa, oh, those are my glasses, my new glasses. That's how Koa drives me absolutely nuts, okay? That is what I do. Okay. All right. So if we were to actually then go, live stream breakers are back, you guys. Let's see if we were to write from, I don't really have testing speeds. If we were to just, what is this? Ecamm live recordings. That's what we just did. So Ecamm live recordings here. Test file so that it's not the same. Oh, you're right. You can't see the same. Thanks, Dr. Elo. All I was showing you, was it here? These were that I was showing you. These pictures of me and Koa. That all I have are tons of pictures of me and Koa, me and Angie, and of course, selfies of myself. That is all. That is what I have. All right, so let's go back here. Is that, you know what? Leave me alone. Okay, so here, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this file, take this file and copy it back. So this is on the Thunderbolt SSD. Copy it back to my internal hard drive. Let's reset. Let's bring this back over here. Let's put this here and go. And look at this. Look at this. Why is this going so fast? What's happening? 30 gigs at 12 seconds. I feel like this is going even. What the heck? I can't even. 20 seconds, 50 gigs. That way is definite. Oh my God. Stop talking. 25 seconds. What are you really hiding, sis? Who's Jill? Am I missing something? Who's Jill? We can't see Jack. Is that Jill? What are you guys saying? And what did I say? 25 seconds, Jack and Jill. You can't see Jack. We can't see Jack. I get it, but I don't. But the point was going from the Thunderbolt SSD to the onboard. We took a 62 gig file and it wrote it to the internal SSD of my Mac Studio in 25 seconds. That is absolutely insane. There you go. I just justified my money. I said that this wasn't going to be a long stream, and I've been streaming for 1 hour and 28 minutes. Why? What? Y'all better leave me alone. You know, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. But that was good tests. It was good. You know what? Because I learned some. So I'm glad that I came in and I did stuff, because Lewis taught us to, if you have an M1 computer. So, and that makes sense because I found Doc's short, and that when Doc did that short of the Final Cut Pro, that was before he got, I think, the studio or whatever. So changing it to HEVC, that was helpful. So thank you, Lewis, for coming on and sharing that with us, because that absolutely helped. What was it? You guys told me about the high speed, using high speed cables. Yeah, thanks, guys. You guys told me about the high speed cables. So I do have a handful of extra like Thunderbolt cables. I'll start using those with my SSDs. This one here. So I'll, instead of like the regular USB-C, because I'm sure that makes a difference as well. And then also deciding to connect, if I really am pressed for time, although the front, like, you know, it saved an extra 5 seconds. We can do another test one day when I have a longer video file or something like that. But for now, you know, just seeing, hey, if you're pressed for time, you really want to save as much time. Absolutely. Connected to your Thunderbolt ports, you're going to get the fastest speeds, read and write speeds as, you know, best as possible. Yeah, make sure you remove them before you put them in the bag. I will remove them. Thanks, Kevin. What else? I mean, that was good. That was good overall testing, good overall learning experience. And then, you know, saving time or saving space. I think where I went wrong was, you know, trying to rush. So like with the Mac Mini, because that was supposed to be my main computer. If my Mac Mini wasn't my main computer, then I would have been okay. But because the Mac Mini was supposed to be the main computer, I should have never bought 256 gigs. I should have, you know, probably bought 1 terabyte, 512 at least. And so now, you know, so my laptop, but that's not my main computer anymore. My laptop, my MacBook Pro now has 512 gig. And again, with now having 2 hard drives that are 2 terabyte, I'm good for if I want to edit off of one of those hard drives with, you know, a little bit of speed and stuff like that. And then my main workhorse computer that's here at the desk is 2 terabytes. And I should be good to go for a few years. So as long as I don't get gas. All right. This was definitely good tests It was exciting. We'll do another comparison with a long form video and doing similar tests with, export speeds of the long form video. H.264/.265 is great for all Macs. Intel M1s have cores dedicated to HEVC. See, I didn't know. That's good to know. That was a huge learning experience. Thank you, Louis, for telling us that, because instantly, as soon as we changed the settings, we saw that made a huge difference. Kevin says you won't really notice too much of a difference if editing on those SSDs. Right. I won't notice too much of a difference. Right. So, the one thing that I can see myself doing, especially because I travel back and forth between like my house and Angie's house, and you guys know that I'm usually there for a few days at a time and stuff, is really moving the library, right, at that point to, let's say, maybe the Thunderbolt SSD, and then editing on my MacBook Pro from there, so that, if I'm in the middle of a project or something, I can or even just have my assets and stuff. That was the reason why I needed to make sure I upgraded, because here's the thing. So what started... Damn it. I have an old T5. We could have added this to the mix, but we're going to not do it. Maybe another day. But this is why I ended up, what the struggle was. So I have an old T5. This is also 2 terabytes. I bought this 4 years ago now, maybe 3, at least 3, possibly 4 years ago. I got it for Christmas. It was a great sale that I got. It was great at the time. And what happened was I started editing, I think, my shorts at the beginning of the month. I feel like that's what it was, on the T5. And I was doing it on my MacBook Pro because it was just shorts. So I didn't, Kevin, I kept getting on the MacBook Pro. I kept getting the spinning wheel when I was editing. And I was like, why am I getting the spinning ball? And then I was doing some research, and something made me look up the difference in the speeds between the T5 and the T7. And then I went down the YouTube rabbit hole of looking at, the tests and stuff, and the T7. And even if you look at the specs, the T7 is faster. It happened to be that same very day, Best Buy had the T7, the T7 Shield on deal of the day. And so I immediately picked it up because the Best Buy by me only had 2 left. So I literally saw it in the morning while I was drinking coffee, and I was like, oh, I need to go pick this up, because the worst case scenario is if I didn't see a difference, then I just would have returned the Shield for $150. Because like I said, this is 2 terabyte. They're all 2 terabyte. And so I went in, got the, put the T7, connected it, loaded up the same Final Cut Pro library, and I did not get the spinning ball. So I was definitely getting the spinning ball when I was editing with that T7. Maybe the cable, maybe that could be it. I don't know. So now, but no, all the ports on the M1 MacBook Pro, all 3 ports are Thunderbolt ports. So that wouldn't have mattered. But that's what got me going down the rabbit hole of why I ended up picking up the Shield. I mean, this is still good, right? This is still good as a backup. I need to see how I'm going to, keep it in my workflow and stuff, because now I have technically 6 terabytes of hard drives, of SSD drives, and a 5 terabyte, and then all the older ones. So I gotta figure that out, because now it's like you got hard drives for days. But that's what got me going. But it would have been interesting, man, if I would have remembered to keep this one in the mix and see the difference with this one, because this one would have absolutely taken longer. But anyway. All right. Tomorrow I will be on Tanya Smith's show, Stream Like a Boss. I'm her guest tomorrow. That's Thursday Eastern Standard. I will share the links and information on all of my socials tonight before I go to bed. It's already 10 o'clock. I need to go. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Always a great time, you guys. Absolutely the best. I love you guys. Buenos nachos. Nos vemos. Thanks for doing these tests. It was very fun. Eye-opening. Learning experience. Yeah. Man, Irving, where you been, brother? What is poppin'? Appreciate you for coming through. Catching us on the tail end, but it's also good. Very cool. Thank you. All right. Yes, go cook for dinner. Luis, I'll catch you guys later. Nos vemos. All right, bye, y'all. Peace out.